Please rise as we welcome the graduating class of 2014.
Welcome, family, friends, teachers, staff, to the commencement of the class of 2014. It's my honor to introduce the following people who are presenting the diplomas this morning. Emily Long, Leland Gray School Board Chair. Dr. Stephen John, Superintendent of the Wyndham Central Supervisory Union. Dr. Franklin Rucker, Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Dorin Dorfman, Leland Gray's Principal. Melanie Zwolinski, Director of Student Services. And Gerald Julian Cisse, Spanish teacher and senior class advisor. I would now like to introduce our class speakers, Addie Madavi and Alana Redden.
Classes came and classes went. It's worth a lot, the time you spent. Congratulations are now due to the graduate, special you. Now that you've graduated, your adventure has begun. Your schooling has prepared you for the race that life has you run. We praise you for your efforts and send good wishes too, for a future filled with happiness, and may your fondest dreams come true.
That was terrible.
Thank you. Welcome everyone, and thank you for coming to the class of 2014's graduation ceremony. Before we begin, we would like to extend a few thanks.
Thank you to Dr. John, Dr. Rucker, Dr. Dorfman, and Emily Long. We also want to recognize and thank Gerald Julian Cisse for assuming the role of senior class advisor. Our senior year would have been very problematic without you.
There are 3 outstanding women who deserve endless thanks. Over the course of the last 6 years, Melanie Zwolinski, Sarah Grassow, and Susan Gunther Moore have gone above and beyond the call of duty to support and guide our class. They have been invaluable resources to us all, both academically and emotionally. We are indebted to them for their kindness and generosity. Thank you for all you have done.
The class of 2014 did not have an easy time in high school. For example, many of us struggled with absences.
I personally missed 128 classes in the fall semester of my sophomore year alone because I have a health condition that makes me very tired.
Upon our return to school this past September, we were faced with an alarming reality that the sickly yellow hue of the walls that we had all grown to love had been replaced with eggshell white.
Our study halls have gone through a major identity crisis. They are now called academies, and no one knows what that means.
And we struggled with ongoing conflicts in Miss Olmsted's room. First, it was overtaken by a colony of ants. Second, a mysterious triple-decker fort erected itself in the middle of the classroom. And finally, her students were forced to hit the deck when her class deemed the room too unsafe for regular desk sitting.
And worst of all, the class of 2014 lived in a constant state of uncertainty as to whether their lunch trays that day would be disposable or reusable.
In all seriousness, we want to take this opportunity to acknowledge that growing up is hard. High school is often lonely, confusing, and unforgiving. Teenagers are expected to act like adults, but are often deemed undeserving of the same respect. Expected to always make the right life decisions without having experience to draw from. Expected to listen to adults, but ignore peer influences. Expected to function at our highest capacity, even though our bodies and minds are exhausted.
Even worse, we have to go through puberty while learning about puberty. We have to be avidly and constantly texting. We're hungry all day, every day. Obviously, we need to find reckless ways to spend our parents' money. And the most difficult is that we have to fight the urge to draw unicorns and Wu-Tang logos in our kneecap test booklets because we know that the teachers are going to check our answers.
But the challenges we've faced have helped us grow. For example, I failed my driver's license test. Did I let that define me? No.
No, you
I
didn't.
used
No, you didn't.
that failure, and I turned it into a college essay.
When our class, with the exception of a few very commendable few, was too lazy to raise enough money to go to Six Flags, we had to go to Lake Spofford instead. But did that knock us down? No, it did not.
No, it did not.
It did not. The limited space on the beach brought us closer together, both physically and metaphorically.
Though finding convenient parking was a daily struggle, the hike from D-level kept us in peak physical condition.
So much exercise.
Too much
every day.
exercise.
From down to top. If you have to get something during lunch, you gotta go down and go back up again. It was a lot. And the constant flow of noise complaints from Barbara Marchant forced us all to really try to improve our mediation skills.
But we could not have come this far on our own. All of the members of the faculty and staff contributed tremendously to our time at Leland Gray. And we've been blessed with a few people in particular who stand out as having stuck with us in good times and bad. Those certain individuals who always treated us as equals, whose patient and respectful demeanor fostered a trusting relationship with the students.
Those whose unwavering love and support helped many of us succeed, and those who provided a shoulder to lean on and words of guidance when we were finding our way. We would like to recognize our parents and families. To older siblings, thank you for being role models. To younger siblings, thank you for asking us to be your role models. To parents, grandparents, and guardians, thank you for taking care of us. You, our loved ones in the audience, have made us who we are today.
I would like to specifically thank all the parents for paying for college applications to colleges that you knew we wouldn't get into.
And I would like to thank my father for making my lunch many years after I was capable of doing it myself.
Lastly, and most importantly, on behalf of the class of 2014, thank you to Danny and Jamie at the Harmonyville store for keeping your shelves stocked with Arnold Palmer's and, according to my calculation, making us approximately 4,300 sandwiches over the last 2 years.
That's $20,000 worth of sandwiches. That's a lot of money
That's
on
a
sandwiches.
lot of money.
On sandwiches.
Yep. The theme of our time at Leland Gray has been challenge. The challenges we have posed to the school and the challenges we ourselves have been forced to face. Our independence and rambunctiousness translated early on into disrespect and defiance, which caused friction between students and staff. While we were a demanding group to handle, we were dealing with difficulties of our own. Some were small and others were not so small. In the last 6 years, the class of 2014 has struggled with displacement, with life-threatening health problems, and most of all with loss.
Last Friday, the graduates sitting before you met for one final class meeting. Sitting on the floor with tears in her eyes, Ms. E looked up at us and she said, "In all my 31 years as a guidance counselor, I have never seen a class suffer in the way that you have." And she was right. Collectively and individually, we have overcome more hardship than some people face in their entire lives. So while this is a day of celebration and joy, many of us graduating today are doing so feeling the absence of a loved one. Let us take a moment of silence to remember those we have lost, miss them, and tell them, wherever they are, that we love them.
To the class of 2014, let's use our knowledge of challenge. Few people are equipped with as much experience as we. Seek further challenges, not the challenges we have already endured. These are enough to last a lifetime. But seek new experiences, new situations, and smile in the face of difficulty, knowing that it has never and it will never stop you. Thank you.
Godspeed.
Thank you, Addie and Alana. It is now my honor to introduce a personal friend, a mentor, and an awesome mom. In the short time our class has known her, she has made a major impact on many. I believe I speak for the whole class by saying Megan Altschuler has been an inspirational role model and an amazing person to have around. Thank you for all you've done for our class.
Thanks, Fraser. I'm not someone who is often at a loss for words. Many of you have fallen victim to a long, rambling story or two from the recesses of the library. However, as a group, you have had me at a loss for words. I want to honor the path you have walked to reach this point with the understanding that it has not been easy for you or the people who care about you. And I will do my best to honor you and the people who love you. Many young people who have had the opportunity to wear a funny square hat and a long, hot synthetic gown in the middle of June have also had the privilege of a more sheltered beginning. You, Leland and Gray, class of 2014, have not had that privilege. Your beginning has been hard work. But I want to assure you from my own limited perspective and the sense I have of the perspective of those I admire most in this world, hard work is worth it. I often hear people talk about this point in your journey, graduation day, as being some magic threshold into the real world. The path you have walked has not sheltered you from the world that we call real. Real choices have been made with real consequences, real grief, real guilt, real pain, but also, I think, real joy, real friendships, and real growth. You have already crossed that threshold. This day, this ceremony represents a different sort of threshold for you. It is a chance to humbly honor where you have been, friends you have made, mistakes you have made, people you have hurt, pain from which you have run, and say goodbye. This may not be the moment at which life becomes real. It is already real. But it is a threshold into something new. You have an opportunity right now to take everything you hold, all the good, all the burdens, all the relationships, and reevaluate what is worth carrying from this point forward. What is worth holding on to? Up to this point, you have been a whole, a class, a group, a singular being made up of parts. Mary Oliver speaks of this next step in your journey, the breaking apart from the whole, in her poem, The Sunflowers. Come with me into the field of sunflowers. Their faces are burnished discs. Their dry spines creak like shipmasts. Their green leaves, so heavy and many, fill all day with the sticky sugars of the sun. Come with me to visit the sunflowers. They are shy but want to be friends. They have wonderful stories of when they were young, the important weather, the wandering crows. Don't be afraid to ask them questions. Their bright faces, which follow the sun, will listen, and all those rows of seeds, each one a new life. Hope for a deeper acquaintance, each of them, though it stands in a crowd of many, like a separate universe. The long work of turning their lives into a celebration is not easy. Come and let us talk with those modest faces, the simple garments of leaves, the coarse roots in the earth so uprightly burning. As I look at you, all those rows of seeds, each one a new life, about to burst forth on your own, I see the incredible potential each one of you holds. The flower you can become, turning your face to the sun. You will walk away from this day and this ceremony and no longer be a part of a single flower, unable to fully distinguish yourself from the crowd. You alone will carry this great potential out into the world, back to the beginning, to the earth, ready to face the elements and to grow. You will be seen more than ever as the individual that you are, with the great potential that you hold. You have everything you need to grow. You can finally strip away the shell and the ideas that others have cultivated for you, about you, and find your own place. Each one of you, as Mary Oliver said, is like a separate universe. I see before me such gifts. I see the rebel, the protector, the voice, the comforter, the loyal friend, the truth, the quiet one, the one who follows through, the challenger, the peacekeeper, the big heart, the team player, the visionary, the leader, the one who defies categorization, and the one who is still searching. As you move forward, you are no longer judged by what you came from. You are judged by what you bring, and with this, how you move into the world. I am not speaking only to those of you who are leaving this beautiful little valley. I am speaking to all of you and those who are in support of you. It is our job, as well as yours, to allow you the freedom to move beyond the confines of your past and grow. Because you have experienced some real, you are better prepared to move forward. You are just a bit more weathered, a bit more ready to face the elements. You have some hard work ahead of you, graduates. It is hard work turning your lives into a celebration. You will need to shed the useless guilt and burdens of reputation to prove yourself anew. Maya Angelou wisely said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Surely it will not be disputed that you have made this little community feel. Your class is a force to be reckoned with, and you have certainly left your legacy here. You have created incredible artwork and music, brought to life unforgettable characters on the stage, scored goals, traveled the world, mentored future rebels, and made profound discoveries in the classroom. You have also danced on mountaintops, frolicked in fields, gone muddin', skateboarded in the halls, given each and every one of your teachers a serious run for their money. been chased through the hallways and lunchroom, and increased the volume of the rulebook significantly. I have here before me just the additions from your class alone. They simply didn't know they needed rules for certain things until you walked through these doors in the fall of 2008. Through all these things, you have made us feel your presence. So here you are. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to move forward. It's time to reevaluate. Hold on tight to the things that make you a better version of yourself. And finally allow yourself to leave behind all the things that have held you back. Begin the hard work of turning your life into a celebration. For it is hard work. But I assure you, it is worth it. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you to all the students and their families, friends, parents who are here to honor the class of 2014. I would like to also thank the many organizations and individuals who provide awards and scholarships to the students of Leland Gray. I am pleased to share that new awards will be given to this year's graduating class, including Shane's Reflection Scholarship and the Lexi Scholarship. Please be aware that a new order of awards will be followed this morning, which is slightly different from what is written in your program. In addition, I also would like to note that our senior Stevie Roberts is a member of the Leland Gray National Honor Society, who has also served on the Technical Honor Society while at the Career Center. Let the awards assembly begin, or that is, this part of commencement. We will begin with recognizing the valedictorian and the salutatorian of the class of 2014. I will ask them to come up. Our valedictorian, Addie Madavi, and the salutatorian, Alana Redden. Our next presenter is Melanie Zwolinski, presenting the Jack Lambert Science Award.
The Jack Lambert Science Award is awarded to a senior who has shown a strong interest in science and is pursuing further education in this discipline. And this year's recipient is Atara Jacobs.
Ms. Zwolinski will also present the Valley Lions Club Scholarship.
Given earlier, the Valley Lions Club Scholarship raises funds each year to provide 3 scholarships to deserving Leland and Gray students, and I would like to ask them to stand from their seats. Brittany Bills, Aurora Calchera, and Christopher Wilson. Congratulations.
Presenting Shane's Reflection Scholarship is Mindy Fitzpatrick.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mindy Fitzpatrick, and I'm Shane Baker's mom. Emily Stockwell, Brenna, and myself are here today to present a memorial scholarship in Shane's name. Being here today to join in celebrating the graduating class of 2014 is a great honor. This group of young adults will always hold a place in my heart, as they are my son's peers. I wanted to do something for a member of Shane's class that I'm no longer able to do for him, which is contribute to furthering their education. With the assistance of the Center for Health and Learning and the support and efforts of so many others, I was able to create the Shane's Reflection Scholarship to mirror just a few of his hobbies, snowboarding and soccer. Although if he had it his way, it would probably be a scholarship about bodybuilding or weight training. but I thought it best to stick with the other two. I have to say that I've never been more proud of a group of people. It's been a long and emotional journey filled with twists and turns, and you all have been through so much together. You being here today speaks to how strong each of you have become as individuals and as a group. I know that you all miss Shane as much as I do, but I also know that with every passing day, each of you will take a piece of him with you into this world, making it that much better. He will always be a part of you, and I can't thank you enough for being his friends. I'd also like to give a big thanks to Kevin Burke and the group of students who worked so hard on creating this amazing award for our scholarship winner. And so, for continued participation in both soccer and snowboarding throughout their duration here at Leland Gray, I'd like to present the Shane's Reflection Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 to Kelsey Bruder.
Presenting the Lexi Scholarship is Cherish Clark.
Congratulations to the class of 2014. The Alexis June Scholarship is handed out to a senior that has been chosen to go into the medical field or law enforcement/game warden. My daughter Alexis lost her courageous battle with cancer on November 12, 2013. I'm going to give the class a special message. Each of you are special in your own way. Always know you're each country strong. Always believe in yourself, stand up for what you believe in, and remember to always use your voice. You are our future, so shoot for the stars. And don't ever fear to make mistakes, because that's how we all learn. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving. We never know what the future holds, so to make the best of it. This year's recipient has been chosen for the Alexis Scholarship. Moved me with her essay not only because it was well written, but she also talked what an inspiration Lexi had on her. I hope that you will take this through life with you and remember you can be and whatever you set your mind to, no matter how many obstacles you may have to face. So the recipient for the Alexis Giolala Scholarship is Stevie Roberts.
Presenting the American Association of University Women Award is Jillian Winner.
Congratulations to the class of 2014. I'm very happy to be with you on yet another sunny graduation day, and very happy to be presenting this award. This year we had 22 applications, so choosing the person was quite difficult, and we are very happy again this year that the great graduating girls of Leland Gray are going to take away one of the 4 scholarships. So without keeping you much longer, I'd like to congratulate all of you, not only the girls but also the boys. So I would like to present the scholarship of $1,000 this year to Brittany Bills.
Melanie Zwolinski will present Lisa's Love Scholarship.
The Lisa's Love Scholarship Award is given each year in memory of Lisa Young Noble. Lisa passed away in 2000 after fighting a courageous battle with a brain tumor. She grew up in the West River Valley and was a 1985 graduate of Leland Gray Union High School. A person that will be remembered for her sense of humor, her dedication to family and friends, and her kindness and respect of others. Her family gives this award each year in remembrance of the loving daughter, sister, and aunt she was. Congratulations to all the applicants and graduates of the class of 2014. This year's scholarship award recipient is Fraser Query.
Presenting the Glenn E. Brown Memorial Scholarship is Darcy Brown.
I don't look like Darcy. Darcy is actually in Texas, and she told me if she didn't make it back in time, she was flying back this morning, and she said might not be able to make it, so I told her I'd be happy to fill in. Glenn was a good friend of mine, graduated in 1972. Darcy's his wife, of course. I know she donates the car up here every year that you graduates have a chance of winning, so that's a pretty nice thing she does every year. She also gives out a couple scholarships every year. One is to a graduate going to a 2-year technical school, and the other is a 4-year. I'm not even sure which one's which, but anyways, the first scholarship here, I'll read what it says here. Awarded to a graduating senior from Leland Gray who is pursuing higher education. So anyways, the first recipient is Charles Densmore. I did have the opportunity to actually go over the ones that were handed in, so I was helped out in the process of this. The other recipient is for the Glenn E. Brown Memorial Scholarship is Fraser Query.
Melanie Zulinski will present the Leland Gray Education Foundation Scholarship and the Roland Gould Memorial Scholarship.
The mission of the Leland Gray Education Foundation is to provide scholarships and to support educational programs. The recipient of this year's Leland Gray Educational Foundation Scholarship is Fraser Query. The Roland Gould Memorial Scholarship is given by the children of Roland Gould to honor their father's dedication to Leland Gray and his commitment to helping students pursue higher education. This year's recipient goes to Charles Densmore.
Raymond Ballantyne will present the Mount Lebanon Lodge of Masons Scholarship.
Congratulations to class of 2014. Doesn't seem possible that 66 years ago I was in your place. So, yeah. It is certainly an honor and a privilege for me as master of Mount Lebanon Lodge to present a couple of scholarships. We've been doing these scholarships, I believe, for 20 or 25 years, and it certainly is an honor to be part of the young people, especially at this valley. This year, we're fortunate to give out 2 scholarships, and the first recipient is Aurora Calchira. That's one honor I get. I get to get the hugs. And the second recipient is Fraser Query. It doesn't seem possible, but quite a few years ago, he was painting my house, and his father tipped a pail of paint over on his head. And it didn't seem to faze him any.
Presenting the Mount Lebanon Chapter number 89 Order of Eastern Star Scholarship, Marilyn Chapin.
Good morning. What a gorgeous day. I have had this honor several times to present. For the last 10 years, I think we've been doing our scholarships, and this year has been harder than ever. I tell you, the applicants that have sent in their applications have really given us a job to do. but we cut it to 2, and they are a deserving senior who pursues higher education after successful completion of their first semester at a 2 or 4-year college. And the first recipient is Lucy Thorpe. And this next one gives me really great privilege because I have run a daycare for the last 15 years, and I had this young man in my daycare. So without further ado, Fraser Query. This is a brand new award this year. As many of you probably know, Francis passed away in January. So he was always around for sporting events. He graduated from Leland Gray in the class of 46. So he's been around, or has been around for a long time, especially with the sporting program. So this year we are going to start a new an award. We're not doing a scholarship, so they don't have to apply. I can't go through any more of those. So anyway, this year our first one is going to be Christopher Wilson. Okay. And our second one goes to a young man who has had a lot to do with the sport programs around Leland and Gray, so I think everybody will really know who he is. Go for it.
Nicholas Bills.
Yeah, it was a really great honor for Marilyn and I. Of course, I'm also a member of the Eastern Star. She's not a member of the Mason for obvious reasons. But it is certainly a pleasure for us to give out these 2 awards in the Eastern Star in memory of Sheila Eddy, who I'm sure most of you have read the newspaper today, passed away. She was a worthy matron of our Eastern Star in Jamaica, and she certainly is going to be a big loss. And so congratulations to the class of 14 in her memory.
Presenting the Leland and Gray Alumni Association Awards is Marty Testo.
The Leland and Gray Alumni Association Award is decided by the coaches on the basis of conduct in games, attitude, loyalty to the team and school, participation in practices, and cooperation with the coaches and other team members. The 2 recipients of these awards, Elizabeth Gallup and Christopher Wilson.
Presenting the Francis Lucier Memorial Scholarship is Tammy Clausen.
The Francis Lucier Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a senior with the highest grade average who has participated in and received varsity letters in at least 2 different sports, has demonstrated team leadership, dedication, responsibility, and will vigorously pursue higher education. This year's recipient is Christopher Wilson.
Presenting the Ted Fisher Memorial Award is Steve Fisher.
My dad, Ted Fisher, graduated in 1953 from the Leland Gray Seminary. This award is awarded on the basis of enthusiastic support of athletics, good sportsmanship, determination, and willingness to work. This year's recipient, Sally Densmore.
Okay, we'll move on. The Fred Robinson Memorial Scholarship is awarded to a student who has been accepted to a technical college after successful completion of the first semester of a minimum 2-year degree program. I'm proud to share that Sam Rushton has been awarded this scholarship. Presenting the Gateway Foundation Rotary Scholarship is Franklin Rucker.
I'm pleased to present the Rotary Gateway Foundation Scholarship. It's to a deserving student who has provided significant community services to Leland and Gray over the years of their career, outstanding academic achievement, and also has demonstrated financial need as they pursue their education in college. So this very deserving student awardee is Adi Madavi.
Jane Olmsted will present the Wyndham Central Education Association Scholarship.
The Wyndham Central Education Association Scholarship goes to the student or the graduate who is planning to pursue a further education in education. And this year's recipient is Fraser Query.
Marianne Starr will present the Esther C. Lamoria Memorial Scholarship.
The Esther Lamoria Scholarship is awarded to a student who's going to pursue higher education. Many of you might not know things about her, so I'd like to share a few things. She was the middle school principal here for many years. She also taught social studies. She championed the 7th grade team building when we went to New York, to Harvey Lake, and Grout Pond. She always rooted for the underdog and always thought somebody had a special skill. She was my mentor and good friend, and I miss her a lot, and I'm honored to award Fraser Quarry and Elizabeth Gallup. Congratulations.
Barbara Marchant will present the Arthur S. and Hazel Parent Darden Scholarship.
This award is given to a senior who through adversity has shown themselves capable and deserving of a scholarship. It's my pleasure to present it to Amanda Worth.
Stephanie Nizio will present the Carol E. Reese Art That Inspires Award.
Good morning. The Carol Eloise Reese Art That Inspires Award goes to a student who has demonstrated personal artistic growth, taken a variety of art courses, and has impressed her classmates and community members with her paintings, drawings, and digital work. This award goes to Brittany Bills.
Chris Barton will present the Grace Cottage Memorial Award.
Good morning. The Grace Cottage Memorial Award is awarded to a student pursuing a career in the medical field. This year it goes to Itara Jacobs.
Tammy Clausen will present the Jean Paul Williams Endowment Fund.
This promising student is selected by the faculty of Leland and Gray. The award may continue for each of the 4 years as long as the student's GPA allows him or her to progress and graduate. This year's recipient of the Jean Paul Williams Endowment Fund is Genevieve Darling.
Ann Landenberger will present the Mary Elizabeth Adams and Friends of Players Scholarship.
You guys might not know it, but Mary Soshan Adams was Jenny Connor's big sister. Mary Adams loved kids. One could see that in her interactions with students here where she worked for several years before she passed away in 1998. Mary generously shared her artistic gifts in many venues, including Jamaica School, where she instilled in kids a love for theater, the all-encompassing art form. 15 years ago, the Socian family established a scholarship in Mary's name. This year's recipient has been a player since 7th grade, both on stage and behind the scenes, always modeling commitment, camaraderie, and creative problem solving. I have to quote her, "I have so much fun performing and working with fellow cast members, creating sets and smacking order into people who mess up with the prop table that it's hard to say which I enjoy doing more." With her wit, warmth, and wisdom, this young woman would have made Mary Adams smile. For her many accomplishments on stage and off, the Mary Adams Award goes to Genevieve Darling. The J.B. Stearns Award was established by grateful alumni to honor John Stearns, who taught and directed at Leland Gray in the 60s and 70s. Many in the audience today probably remember J.B., and many were influenced well by him. Some were scared by him too, I think. But according to all reports, he produced great theater here, and his legend lives on. This year's recipient has been a player since 7th grade, participating with foresight, commitment, and verve as an actress, a dancer, a singer, a flautist, a mentor, and a sanity keeper. Noting the many ways she's grown through theater and her eager approach to the art, we believe J.B. would have admired this player as we do. The J.B. Stearns Award this year goes to Kayla Williams. I'd like to call assistant producer for the Players, Abby Wicker, up to help me with the Friends of the Players Awards.
The Friends of the Players raise funds to support students in their pursuit of the arts while at Leland Gray and beyond. The Friends Scholarship is voted on by the players based on essay applications and is offered to a senior who's participated in at least 6 shows as cast or crew. This year, the Friends honor 3 players, all having received nearly equal endorsement from their peers and having made countless contributions to the theater program here. The first recipient came to us in 9th grade and has since led many shows with her many talents. A role model for all, she rolls up her sleeves to get the work done, be it finishing choreography for a group number, usually before a dress rehearsal, or arranging an 18th century dance tune for vocals. Her gifts as a performer, her wit and her smarts, and her take charge and press on attitude will serve her well in all that she does. Leland and Gray players will never forget the standard bearer, Addie Madavi.
The next recipient has been an avid player since 7th grade, performing in all 18 shows and participating in the Summer Performing Arts Exploration since its inception. He's given us many a good time with his eagerness to entertain. He's created such a range of characters from Rudolph Kemmerling to Giles Corey to Bud Frump that we can only imagine what he'll create next. Leaving big shoes, or is it big pants to fill, the players honor Patrick Hauer.
Always some theater. The last recipient has been an asset in our program since 7th grade. In 9th grade, she did an independent study in early theater history and has since been a resource for others with the knowledge she gained. When she's on crew, she's 100% committed. When she's on stage, she's a wonder to behold. From Hermia to Bert Bratt, what won't this one try? She's an inspiration and a delight, and the Friends are pleased to honor Zoe Soul.
And I've been asked to give the Eleanor and Arlo Monroe Art Award, and that is to a college-bound senior planning to study the arts, theater, music, dance, fine arts, or architecture. In this case, it is fine art, and it's Aurora Colchera.
Ron Kelly will present the Charles Purinton Memorial Scholarship.
My father would be very proud to see how the music program at Leland Gray, which he wholeheartedly supported, has grown and flourished over the years. A musician himself and accomplished on many instruments, I believe the advice he would give to the graduating seniors who have shared their musical talents with this school would be, keep playing, keep singing, perhaps even composing or directing. Keep making the time for music in your lives, because it will enrich every aspect of those lives and the communities in which you live. This year's Charles Purinton Award recipient is a fine, enthusiastic musician. She has taken part in and excelled in nearly every musical opportunity offered at our school. She has been in band, chorus, a cappella, and jazz band. She has often been seen singing lead parts on the Leland Gray stage. She has kept playing and kept singing, and I'm sure that she will continue to play and sing. In fact, I found out yesterday that she's already signed up for a UVM concert band. Her music making has enriched our lives, and it is for this reason that we award the 2014 Charles Purinton Award to Zoe Soul.
Chris Barton will be presenting the Roy and Margaret Brooks Scholarship Award.
The Roy and Margaret Brooks Scholarship Award is awarded to a senior who has done outstanding work in math and science for 4 years, with special preference to someone who is attending UVM. The recipient is Stephen Scott.
Gerald Julian Cisse will present the John Newton Scholarship.
The John Newton Scholarship is an award that was established in 1976 in honor of former Leland and Gray principal John Newton, who was much beloved by his students, staff, and faculty. This award is given each year to a student who has demonstrated leadership and academic accomplishment at Leland and Gray. It is funded by the senior class through their years of bake sales, raffle ticket sales, bingo, and other creative ways to raise funds. So please, when you see someone out in front of Riverbend or elsewhere around selling tickets or selling brownies, buy them, because this is where it gets us. The amount of this award is $1,000. So the process for this, unlike most awards and scholarships that a group of adults choose the recipient from submitted applications, this award is of the seniors, by the seniors, for a senior. Class members nominate a student, one of their own, by writing a statement in support of the nominee. A ballot is composed, and then the class votes. Though there are many who have shown leadership and academic success over their years, this year's recipient does stand out, evidenced by the fact that over 1/3 of the class even nominated this person. So you can imagine what the vote came out to be. I won't read all the statements, but I would like to share with you what some of the seniors had to say for themselves about their choice. Okay, so this person has invested a massive amount of her time supporting and almost single-handedly keeping our class afloat when very few people were willing to put up with us and put in the time. She is an amazing student and a great leader with a voice that is followed. She deserves recognition for the hard work she contributed to helping this class get to where it is now. Another, she has done more for the senior class than a lot of us realize. She was our president, during which role she fundraised basically by herself. She was the one who put the prom on. She has always kept her grades up and stuff like that. She always does things for the class and has always been a good student. She's a kick-beep, awesome person. Did many, many fundraisers for our class. Put up with our lazy class and never gave up. Pick her. She's been our class president all these years and has pretty much the only reason we are where we are now. So, you all know who this is, and now it is my pleasure to award the John Newton Scholarship to Elizabeth Samansky. And I wanted to say also that Elizabeth has been a student of mine in Spanish for 4 years, and not only has she really worked hard, dedicated herself, but she has also been my outside sort of one of my go-to persons. There are a few that when I needed something else done or I had she's it, and evidenced by the rest of the class's vote. So thank you. Muchas gracias.
Ron Kelly will be presenting the Leland Gray Friends of Music Awards.
We have 2 recipients today. This first one auditioned for and made the All-State Chorus 4 years in a row. That's pretty great. Addie Madavi. And I just told you all about Zoe Soul. She gets one too.
Presenting the Arlo P. Monroe Award is Ann Landenberger.
Arlo Monroe was headmaster at Leland Gray for its last few decades as a seminary. Monroe was universally loved for his genuine concern for every individual student. While his exquisite watercolors have been collected around the world, we in the Valley remember him well, if not directly, but by reputation. Each year, the faculty bestows its highest honor in Arlo Monroe's name. This year's Monroe goes to a high-level thinker, a talented performer, and a team player. She goes far beyond expectations in myriad ways, while shining humbly as the keen intellect she is. She shows us every day that the unexamined life is not worth living. For her scholarship, her character, her loyalty to Leland Gray, the faculty is proud to honor Addie Madavi.
Ann Chapman and Jane Olmsted will be presenting the Honorable John Barrett Awards.
The Honourable John Barrett Awards are given to students who have made significant contributions to the school community. A dedicated student, she is creative and inventive, passionate and insightful. She models learning and positive behaviour and takes initiative. She personally created over 20 pages of the 2014 Messenger Yearbook and designed its cover as well. We could not have produced the book without her extraordinary commitment and creativity. We have observed this student change over the years from a quiet, unsure adolescent to a confident, diligent, and hard-working adult. In her younger days, she would dismiss new ideas and techniques before giving them a chance. Now she is analysing, interpreting, and defending things that are new and far more adventurous. As an artist, she grew into her own vision to create bold and personal art forms while encouraging her peers to do the same and lending advice to anyone struggling with a technique or drawing. In addition to her artistic and personal accomplishments, she is a bowling star and a soccer star who is also a dedicated worker at her day job. She has made positive contributions to not only the school community, but also to the community at large. For all of these reasons, we would like to award Brittany Bills a 2014 Barrett.
This young woman is ardently individualistic. With wry wit, she works hard at all she does, seeking a deeper understanding of issues, problems, and ideas. Always prepared, with an inspiring work ethic, she goes beyond expectation to modestly shine as the keen intellect she is. As an ambassador abroad through Journey East, she developed a knowledge of and compassion towards a complex world. A volunteer in school through National Honor Society and out of school at the Humane Society, she gives of herself abundantly. While making strides as a champion gymnast, she has been a major contributor to our music program. Her trumpet solos have moved us time and again. A leader by example, she pushes herself in all that she does, from French to theater. Comfortable on stage and behind the scenes, she has supported the players in many shows as crew captain. In that role, she lovingly demands of her peers that high standards be met, the transitions be smooth, and all that remains organized and sane backstage. Her teachers have called her amazing, tenacious, and top-notch. She does the right thing. For those qualities and for the example of her strong character and remarkable perseverance, we honor Genevieve Darling.
Always cheerful, always willing, always friendly. With her flashing bright smile and infectious laugh, she brings joy to our school community. Popular with her peers and underclassmen, respected and admired by her teachers for her organizational skills and commitment to academics. Her contributions as a two-sport athlete from grade 7 through to her senior year as a team player and a captain. She epitomizes the spirit of the rebels. It is with great pride and affection that the faculty of Leland Gray Union Middle and High School presents Sally Helen Densmore with an honourable Barrett.
This young man has made us smile for many years, a model for hard work and tenacity. We estimate he's memorized at least a couple of thousand lines in his years here. An alumnus of the first summer performing arts exploration, he then joined the L&G Players in 7th grade and has been in every production since, progressing from a novice to mentor with skill and ease. He approaches his work and life with keen dedication, abundant humor, eagerness to please, determination to succeed, and inspiring individuality. When not preparing for class or show or bantering British with Miss Chapman, he's been a mainstay at our assemblies and hip-hop dancer whose following fills the valley. As he moves on to an undergraduate acting program, we will miss the energy, enthusiasm, and room-filling smiles of this quirky and caring good soul. And so we honor Patrick Hauer.
Don't pick me up. How dare you, sir?
One more time for everyone else.
How dare you, sir?
How dare I? How dare you, madam, for letting me graduate?
I think he can tell who was in charge when he was in my class. Oh dear. This dedicated individual bleeds green and white. She has been a three-sport athlete throughout her years and is a coach's dream, early for everything and late for nothing. Through the good times and the bad, she never seemed to skip a beat. She just kept on pressing forward with perseverance and determination. As the old saying goes, this Leland Gray athlete showed up to practice with her lunch pail and hard hat, ready to work, and wouldn't leave until the job was done. Her teammates were always appreciative of the energy and enthusiasm she brought to the playing field or court daily. This athlete was a leader by example on and off the playing field. She is a beautiful person inside and out. She's very kind and shows concern for others and would never put anyone down. Her peers would be very lucky to have her as a friend. For all these attributes and more, this Honourable John Barrett Award is presented to Elizabeth Galler.
This exuberant young man has rarely passed up an opportunity to remark on his preference for the outdoors and physical activity rather than the traditional academic setting. Be that as it may, he has worked countless hours in service to the school. His dedication, which exemplifies his own brand of school spirit, has been largely unseen. You may not have seen him out on the fields as part of an athletic team, but he has been on the fields helping prepare for athletic seasons. While other students waited and hoped for a snow day, he was at school plowing and sanding the parking lots. Even on a Saturday morning in winter, he could be found readying the school for the arrival of the youth basketball teams. He gathered and delivered firewood to the school for the Oktoberfest bonfire. It is also said that he helped the prom committee set up the prom at the Stratton Mountain Club last year. This young man has learned well at his father's side, and he has been his father's right-hand man around school at all hours of the day. In fact, one day, in his father's absence, he repaired the boiler and kept his eye on it all day. Thank you for that. It is for these reasons that we present Duncan McGrath with the Honorable John Barrett Award.
Well done, Duncan. Good man.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Kind, thoughtful, and helpful are a few of the words used to describe this accomplished young woman. Locally, whether it be the National Honor Society, Journey East, or fundraising for the Townsend Food Shelf, she has an enthusiasm that inspires others to join with her in following one of her many passions. She is a friend to all, beginning with her fellow Leland Gray students and reaching around the globe to Nicaraguan orphans, English language students in Cambodia, and teaching swimming and caring for elephants in Thailand. An award-winning published author, her teachers say she not only follows the beat of her own drum, but that she is her own learning party. For these reasons and more, we present an Honourable John Barrett to Alana Redden.
I would like to introduce Tom Connor, who will present the diplomas at this time.
Congratulations to the class of 2014. I guess we're finally here, huh? Alexandria Elaine Adams. Shane Arsenault. Adam R. Beatty. Gabriel Bergeron. Brittany Shea Bills. Nicholas Scott Bills. Harrison G. Bovat.
Attaboy, Harry!
Robert Brooks. Kelsey Arden Bruder. Aurora Ellen Calchera. Tristan Carbonaro. Eric Clark. Corey Alexis Coburn. Justin Roy Coleman. May Cramp. Genevieve Morissette Darling. Renee Elizabeth de Champlain. Charles Hardy Densmore. Sally Helen Densmore. Adrian Elizabeth Derry. Charles Michael Eberhardt. Rachel Edgar.
Michelle, by the way, not Rachel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Good advocacy there.
Ooh. James Edwards. Jessica Falk. Cody Allen Fletcher. Elizabeth Frances Gallup. Jacob Garland. Ashley Gleason. Nathan Gunther. Patrick Hauer. Zachary Allen Hughes. Itara Zayed Jacobs. Dylan Jers. Robin Jocelyn. Sean Kazilton. Carly Charlotte Knapp. Nathan Lanning. Chen Leo. Addie Ariane Madavi. Duncan Travis McGrath. Claire Marie Miramontes. Luis Angel Ortiz Lopez. Mark Powling. Fraser Query. Good job, Fraser. It's coming along. Good job. Alana Redden. Stevie Roberts. Roland Rupert Bosquet. Samuel Troy Rushton. Sam, good man. Stephen Scott. Stephen. Jacob Sherman. Zoe Elaine Soul. Elizabeth Nicole Szymanski. Lucy Elizabeth Thorpe. John Tyler Van Osdal. Kayla Renee Williams. Christopher Michael Wilson. Thatcher Douglas Wynot. Amanda Hazel Worth. Joshua Christopher Young. Kevin Daniel Young.
Will the graduates please stand? You can turn your tassels.
So it is my extreme pleasure and with great pride and with my co-senior advisor, Megan, we present to you the graduated class of Leland Gray 2014.
job, folks. Hey, thank you for your service. Now.